Good evening and welcome back to Cricket Captain 2024, and we're back with the Sydney Sixers in the Big Bash. Only 2 games to play, 2 games left against the Thunder. We've got a Derby game up first, and then we've got the last game, which will be against the Scorchers in the next episode. And we've actually lost a couple of players to international duty, but it doesn't actually affect our chosen first team, which isn't so bad. I wish I selected another spinner, but I didn't. So we're going to have to go with what we've got. We're going to call tails and we're going to have a bowl, as we tend to do. We're playing against a lot of New South Wales players, of course. So we do want to see them do well because we want them to keep some form for the team. But we just have to see what they're able to do here. So front foot and away from Nicoteras. We'll start with Nisbet. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. We'll go to the offside power play field. And front foot offside, which means we're trying to tuck Sam Constas up a little bit. So first ball is just a single. It wasn't quite, it's kind of in the gap, to be fair. And first ball again, that one, it's kind of in the gap again. And then a big boundary from Constas goes past the fielder. So we're going to move the fielders just across a little bit. And then another single. Again, that looked like it was in the gap. It probably was. It was in the gap. Maybe we'll do a little swap around here just like that and see if that does work. Now a chance. Nisbet to Nicoteras. There's nothing doing there. That's just a dot ball though, which is still quite useful. And then a single to wrap things up. Let's go to Perry, because I want to see if potentially holding back on Hazelwood and Afridi and a few of the spinners, we could hold back on using all of their overs. We could potentially have a good little period in the middle of the innings where we kind of, put the squeeze on a little bit, maybe. Where's that? That's gone in the gap. That's okay. Perry. Here we go. A chance to Constas. That's on the pads, and that one's surely gone. He looks very out to me. It is gone. So a bit of a start for Constas, but not much more than that. But we're going to push it across McSweeney, as we do like to try and do. And it's going to start with 2 dot balls and then just a single. We don't need to worry about that. And then another single. Okay, fine. Just quickly set those fields. Nisbet will bowl another over. Not a bad first over. Went for 8. His second over's been even better. Unless there's a boundary here. Is there a boundary here? There is not. What an over that is. This is really good bowling. In fact, this is very, very good bowling early doors here. And another chance here. That's no edge. But McSweeney, again, pushing out at the ball. And that over only goes for 3 again. Wow, Perry started very, very well. If we could, for example, keep these 2 guys bowling, get to 8 overs bowled, and they're both bowling a really good economy, there's no need to worry, no need to change anything just yet. They're really putting the squeeze on Sydney Thunder here. There's a lot of dot balls. And another chance here. 3 chances in 1 over, and again, it only goes for 3. Like, the run rate is 3.8. This is how we've been batting in the early matches this season. This is how we've been going. It's not what we want. It's not what we want at all. And that's awesome. That's awesome. That's exactly how we want this. Exactly how we want this match to start. 5 overs. They're only on 19. They're actually out of the power play, so I could go a little bit more defensive. But if I do, I will actually. Yeah, this is what I'll do. I'll keep it kind of sensible here. We'll only kind of cover off when a boundary is hit, because if you go straight to the defensive field, then there's going to be more singles, and they're going to pick up the run rate anyway. And which we don't really want. So we're going to keep things as they are and just kind of defend things when the opportunity comes. That's got to be taken because the field is set. Oh my word, it's been dropped. 4. And then, of course, we are made to pay with the next shot. Nisbet, I feel for you, buddy. I really do. That was a wicket. And another inside edge. And it's unfortunate for Nisbet here. It's not really his fault that over has kind of gone for a few. Then again, his figures are still pretty good. He doesn't get a wicket, but still pretty good on the figures. Nicoteras actually put one straight, so we'll just cover that off as well. And we're trying to just stop the boundaries. No boundaries. There we go. Perry gets the second wicket. Bancroft now comes in, who we're going to look to tuck up. A new bat at the crease. Singles or a big 6 from McSweeney, who shouldn't be there. Don't forget. Should be gone, but unfortunately manages to take 16 off the last 3 balls of Perry's set, which is, it's actually a little bit annoying there. That catch should have been taken. I don't know who dropped it, but not good. Not good at all. Not happy with that. With the spinners, we are going to set a bit more of a leg side field. In fact, Bancroft has instantly preyed on that and opened up the offside. And I don't mind the singles as much. We're going to go to Davies as well. Just a little bit of spin. And we can set the... Well, you know what? There's a going in there. Let's move you across. And front for the leg side. So we're going offside here with the spin. We could try and cover that off. Cover that off. Bring you up. Try and stop the one. Stop the one. And just like that. It's a very odd field. I won't lie. And we've instantly been kind of punished for it. That wide leg side. But it's a good over after that. So well done. Let's see if Todd Murphy can kind of clean up his figures as well. Just a bit. Yeah. 7.8 isn't bad. On the run rate. Last ball does go. We're actually very open on that leg side. Let's go again, Davies. Here's a chance. I think Hazelwood and Afridi will now come in. In fact, it's at 12 over. So yeah, they'll come in and they'll literally, they could just bowl out here. They could just bowl out all the way to the end. Which is like the first time in a while that I'm actually like, oh, I've planned the overs quite well. Oh, why? McSweeney should have been caught out. He is making us pay for that. Okay, now to Afridi. Set that offside field. Really frustrating. We dropped that catch and we just lost all momentum, it seems. There we go. Bancroft is gone. Afridi gets a wicket with his first ball. Wowza. Brings in Oliver Davies. We've got the offside field set. McSweeney is genuinely annoying me. That, like, he should not even be there. If we could take our silly catches, honestly. Okay, Hazelwood to continue. They're only at 120, so they're only looking at about 160 here. Potentially. Oh, McSweeney, you're actually the most annoying here. You shouldn't even be there. That's a good over. They're calling a power play. That's actually not really much of a problem because that's when we had more luck in the early stages. That offside field as well. Oh my word, this is why you've got to take your catches. That is... No, it's just honestly awful. It's awful. You drop your catch and then the guy goes on to hit 100. You've only got yourselves to blame, honestly. Really, 2 Davies. There is no edge. This time there, and yeah, of course, we drop another catch. And McSweeney is making us pay. And that one's going to go up in the air. And would you believe it? We take the catch with the last ball of the innings. Great. So we're chasing 170. That is real frustrating. That is really frustrating. I'm not whoever dropped that catch. It's a good thing I don't know who dropped that catch because I would be willing to, you know, be like, you're out of the team for the next game, the last game. You're probably out of the team for that one. But that'd be a bit harsh. I don't know who it was actually, so. Okay, not a bad first over. We are ahead of the rate just yet. Taking a lot of singles, which is good. Basically don't want any dot balls. We do want boundaries, of course, but any delivery that would be a dot ball, I'd much rather it be a single and you keep pushing the total up, even by 1, even if it's just by 1. Edged for 4. From James Vince, and we are still ahead of the rate right now. 6 ahead of it, actually. Still 6 ahead of it. They are going to have to accelerate as they get more set. That probably will happen. But again, we are just continuing with the tactic that has been working, which is aggression all through the overs. It misfired once in that very first game we tried it, where we all got skittled out. It's risk versus reward, yada yada. But it did work in that first in the games since then. You know, it is, and it still is right now. We're 39 without loss after the power play, so we're flying along. We've just got to keep going. Green 2, Vince. Nothing doing, just a dot ball. The run rate is still about 8 and 9 between us at the minute. And that's another edge from Vince. He's gotten away with like maybe 3 or 4, yet 3 catchable shots. And Phillips has only gone away with 1. So they do need to start finding the fence a little bit more often now. Or, you know, if one of them gets out, oh, that's a misfield. You can't be doing that when you're defending in a T20. And that's another catchable shot from Vince. Is that 4 now? That is 4. So he's really getting away with a few here. And I think we might actually benefit from turning the power play on pretty quickly. Let's see where we're at after 10 overs. Because we can only turn it on after 10, of course. And oh, that's on the pads, but not out. Another boundary this over would be very nice. And that will be a big full toss from the spinner. We're at 69 after 8. The run rate, required run rate, still at 8.8. So it really hasn't moved. Like, we've been on the rate more or less all the way through. We just got to try and get a few good overs in to go ahead of the rate. But of course, with the wickets in hand, we can afford to now just keep firing at a high rate. And if we do lose wickets, it doesn't really matter. That definitely should have gone from Vince. That was not good. Cool, we're setting records here, but they're still not really finding the fence. But of course, there's still plenty of time. We're not even at the 10th yet. We haven't even been able to set the new power play yet. So still plenty of time to kind of grab this game and keep going the way we need to. And Vince is doing that right now. That's a great way to end it. We're at 87 and we require 88. So we are literally at the halfway mark, halfway through on the chase, and it's going really, really well so far. Let's call that power play and try and get ahead the rate, if possible. Not so much in this over. Only singles so far. There we go. Phillips sees it off. That makes it 8. Again, the required rate is still at the same. And that's a great shot. Wow. Well, provided they get home. They do get home, and Vince grabs a 33 ball 50. And he puts that one away. 4 more. Good over so far. Already 8 from it. No edge there. Don't just get one more boundary. There we go. It's a big one as well. That's 4 for Vince. He moves into the 60s. Daniel Sams is going to bowl. Wowzer. And he instantly goes. Phillips puts him for 6 after the first delivery. What the heck? And my word, Sams is not having a good spell. And he continues on with a big old full toss. What is that? We're 121 without loss. We are well ahead of the rate now. And this is exactly what I was talking about taking the power play and trying to kind of keep ahead of the game. It is working. And one more boundary. Well, this would be an incredible over. No, Vince has put it up. Will it be taken? It will be. So 64. And Philippi will come in and hopefully just keep things going. It does not help that JP is both Joe Phillips and Josh Philippi. That does not help. Ooh, okay. Okay, 7 off the over, but 7 required. The runs are very gettable here, especially when Phillips comes out with a big one like that. To move to 70, the openers have done a stellar job, and he's not done yet. He's on 74. And now we're actually under a runner ball. We are under a runner ball now. It's been a revelation, you know. It's been a batting revelation since we just said, fine, we're going to go aggressive and you're going to have to score more runs than us because our bowling is quite good. It wasn't as good as it could have been today if McSweeney didn't smack his 100, but he should have been caught. So it's kind of, you're on the fielding side of it as well. You know, you kind of not blaming, you know, like, we're a team, so we've got to think as a team. But it's very, very much so. If we had maybe got McSweeney, we wouldn't be having to play like this. But we are playing like this. There's only 5 to win. And again, this is going to be a huge, huge boost on the old net run rate. That's a big boundary. 1 to win now. And Philippi is on strike. 174 for 1. Are you kidding me? We're going to win by 9 wickets. This is one-sided as they ever come. 16.2 overs. We were genuinely going to hit 250. What a win that is. An incredible win. Oh my word. Okay. We're in the qualification spots. And when you are sat in the qualification spots with 1 game to go, Sydney Thunder could ruin it by winning their next game. I'm not sure. Hit continue. Okay, so what has happened since? Brisbane Heat beat the Perth Scorchers. That's fine. Because Perth Scorchers are at the bottom. And Brisbane Heat are above us anyway. Okay, we've actually dropped down because the Sydney Thunder won their game. So even if we win, if the Sydney Thunder beat the Renegades, we won't qualify. Despite the turnaround we have done in this season, in this edition of the Big Bash. That's going to be a tough one. Melbourne Stars beat the Hobart Hurricanes, even though the Hobart Hurricanes are at the top. In fact, that was a battle of the top 2, so fair play there. They'll both go into the... Will they go into the qualifier 1? Yeah, they will. So they'll play against each other because I don't think there's any chance. Yeah, there's no chance of changing that. The only thing left to decide is which Sydney team is going to go through. And it could be us or it might not be us. We're going to have to see. But that'll be next time, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. I do hope you enjoyed it. We absolutely smacked it. We absolutely tanked it. It was a one-sided display. And, well, let's just hope we can beat the Scorchers and the Renegades can beat the Thunder and we will qualify. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time.